So, I know it's been a while since I have been on YouTube. A lot of things have happened since I have been on YouTube last, but I am still the same. And so, we are going to get right to business. And right to business means having fun by making a Jello mold. Because that's kind of really all I want to do right now, is make a Jello mold. The most wobbly, delicious Jello mold that you can possibly make. So this Jello mold is called Foam Jello. It is made with lime green Jello, and it was popularized in the 1950s at the Woolworths counter. So the Woolworths was a sort of department store. It was called a 5 and dime store, and it was meant for kind of like everybody. So it wasn't like a fancy department store, and they had like a food counter, and this is where they would make these like crazy Jello molds and like serve them at the Woolworths. And this is probably like a dress that you could probably buy at the Woolworths. So we are going to go into the kitchen and get started. You're gonna want to probably buy some groceries for this, because these are things you probably don't already have in the cupboard, but maybe you do. I know that if you're a grandmother, you probably already have these things like canned peaches. That just seems like a grandmother thing to have, but like, yeah, go get some canned peaches, or pears, pears, and then meet me in the kitchen. So this Jello mold it's made with lime green Jello and basically a block of cream cheese, and you're gonna want a can of peaches, or not peaches, sorry, pears. You're gonna want a can of pears, and like a big can of pears. And then there's some other ingredients which I will put down in the ingredient thing, but I am so glad to be back. Oh yeah, you're definitely also gonna want some Cool Whip. Yeah, in case you have not went to the Cool Whip section of the refrigerator at the grocery store, maybe this is your calling, your calling to get that Cool Whip going. Or if you don't want to do like the traditional, 1950s recipe full of like scientifically weird modern foods that are probably questionable, I would suggest sticking with like some sort of like whipped cream, like heavy whipped cream, and then you can just fold that in. But I am going to use Cool Whip for this recipe because I want it to be as like, as vintage as possible, as vintage as I can get it. I want it to taste like a little old lady's, Jello mold at a freaking church potluck, okay? That's the vibe today, is we are going to channel our inner church lady potluck. Or, if I had a different type of potluck to go to, it could be that too. It doesn't have to be just church lady. It could be, like we could just pretend, like we're going, I don't know. Maybe you can tell me what kind of potluck could be thrown. Let's make this Jello mold before my brain disintegrates in the heat, shall we? Because it's been really hot, and that's why I'm not wearing makeup other than cherries and the snow lipstick, because I'm afraid that any mascara or anything I put on my face other than just my face will melt. So, anyhow, let's go to the kitchen. Okay, so to begin with, you're gonna want to get a giant can of pears. This is a 9-ounce can of pears. I'm getting the sweetened version because let's just make it real and make it as sugary as humanly possible. So yeah, we're gonna have sugary syrup pears. Next, you're gonna want a block of cream cheese. One moment. Okay, so here's your cream cheese. You're gonna want a big 8-ounce thing of cream cheese. You can definitely use powdered cream cheese, but I just didn't want to bother. So we're gonna use the regular cream cheese. And then you're gonna want Cool Whip. I told you, this is probably good for your soul, okay? Maybe not so much good for your waist. I mean, this is like reduced fat, but like, yeah, it's good for your soul, okay? Maybe your soul will go to Cool Whip heaven. Oh shoot, let's turn this off. Okay, yeah, as I was saying, maybe your soul will go to Cool Whip heaven. So like, in case you couldn't hear me before, 1 block of cream cheese, 1 giant can of pears, not peaches, pears, and then some heavy cream. Just a moment. Okay, and then you're gonna want, just a little bit of this heavy cream, or it could even be milk if you don't have heavy cream, but just something to sort of like soften up the cream cheese a little bit with. So, oh, I forgot the most important part. One moment. Okay, and then you're gonna want to have some like lime green Jello. I am using natural flavor gelatin mix. You're gonna just want like 3 ounces. This one's 3.1 ounces. I don't think that the 1 ounce is gonna make a difference. So it just might make it a little harder than you would normally have a Jello, but hey Dolly, you wanna come over here? You can see my kitty cat. Usually there's like 3 cats that live on this table, but now we're just gonna have her, which is fine, because she's so sweet. So anyhow, yeah, you're gonna want the Jello. Yeah, you're gonna want Jello, Cool Whip, Philadelphia cream, and yeah. Okay, and then to top it all off, you're gonna want some whipped topping, basically whipped cream, and some maraschino cherries, which I have in the other room, so I will get those when the thing is ready, which will be in a couple hours, I'm sure. So yeah, let's start. So I am going to start by putting all these on the counter and letting them kind of sit a while. But if you really want to get started, okay, so to get started, you're going to want to separate the pears from the juice and put the juice in a big Anchor Hawking. It doesn't have to be Anchor Hawking, it just needs to be a big thing. But you could put it in the microwave and heat up the juice. So I will show that in a second. Oh. Okay, so first you're gonna want to take your peaches and you're gonna want like a big thing you can stick in the microwave that's microwavable. This is basically microwavable. And then you're gonna take this can opener. Is very difficult. I want to cry. No. See? Nobody puts baby in the corner, but yet here I am in this corner. Ugh. Dang it. Well, I think I just lost some of the juice, which is fine, I guess. Okay. Let's just keep. Okay, so you want to take the juice and put it, drain it into your thing. Hi, you're so loud. You are, you're so loud. I love you. Hi. Okay, so that's all drained. Now, pet the kitty. And here's your pear juice. So, just so you know, pears are supposedly the first, they're supposedly what Adam and Eve actually ate in the Garden of Eden, which I find fascinating. But I also find fascinating that the name seafoam salad, for the fact that this is called seafoam salad. I mean, seafoam is almost like a reference to Aphrodite. So I guess this is in a way you could call it a love potion salad. You got your pear juice and your gelatin, which is bone. I don't know. Yeah, if you gotta put some bone in your, love potion. And Cool Whip, because nothing says love potion like Cool Whip. Reduced fat Cool Whip. So, hold on. I gotta put this in the microwave before I lose myself over in that corner. Okay, so I'm gonna heat this up for a little bit. So, fun fact, you're gonna want the pear juice to be heated up to the point where it's almost boiling, or a really hot tea that's too hot to drink, because you need to melt the gelatin. So just letting you know, it has to be hot. Okay, I am back in my corner. With the hot pear. And then you're gonna want to take your lime gelatin dust, your lime bone dust. I mean, let's be real, gelatin is made out of bone, so let's just call it what it is, So, sorry to be morbid, but let's just, whoa. No, the dog is trying to sniff it. No. Wow. This powder is sure getting all over the place. Okay. Then you can officially say that you inhaled bone dust. Don't you love inhaling that bone dust? Okay, so anyway, sorry, I'm in a weird mood. So you're gonna stir your gelatin. You're gonna have to work quickly because you don't want this to set, you know, because it will get hard if you're not careful. So then you're going to want to take your Philadelphia cream cheese and you're going to want a big bowl. Oh no, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Okay, I'll go get a big bowl for this. Okay, so here's a very giant bowl. You're gonna want it really big because you're gonna want to have to like blend it, and you don't want it to get all over the place. So the bigger the bowl, the better. Yes, Philadelphia cream cheese. Wow, delicious, so delicious. I am back. So you're gonna wanna take some cream. I put the cream cheese in here, back in my little corner, so you guys can see clearly what I'm doing. And then you're just gonna wanna put in probably like a third of a cup. I mean, you just want some so that there's some liquid on the bottom of the, you know, dish. And then you're also gonna wanna take this. Hi! Hi, Peanut. Hi. She thinks this is food for her. I feel bad. I'm sorry, baby. You're gonna get your food in a bit. Oh my god. This looks delicious. And it tastes like church picnic already. I love it. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this. I'm just gonna put the whole thing in. Oh no, did I get my dress? I think I did get some cream on my dress. Oh no. Sorry, the video is getting dark. It's dark already. Okay, so wow. This stuff's so good. Okay, so I'm gonna first just kind of mix this up with this. I should have worn an apron, but alas, I did not. Okay, please pray for me. This is the first time I've ever used this big tool. Yeah, let's try it. So I think it's angry. Very clearly angry. So I'm just gonna, the instructions said not to put this in yet, but I'm just gonna put a little bit to add some more liquid, cause screw this. This is not happy. So. Cream cheese is very hard to mix. guess. So yeah, you're gonna want to mix in your this stuff with this, and now we're just gonna blend it. Whip it good. I think you add the peaches. Yeah, you gotta add the peaches in there. And okay. This is why they wore aprons in the 50s. You know what's funny? This is dead stock. I think I just ruined this dress, but that's okay. That's what this is for. So we can learn through mistakes, I guess. So then blend the pears. Sorry, the can just landed on the dog. Are you okay? Don't lick that. I don't think dogs can have Cool Whip. No, 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 no. That's a big no, sir. Cats also cannot have Cool Whip. No, you cannot. You cannot have Cool Whip. Hi, baby. I know. They're all like, wow, this is so cool. Yeah. I'm done. Okay. This looks so good. And this got kind of hot, so gotta be kind of careful. Alrighty, cool. Sorry, it's getting dark. So then you're gonna want to take your Jello mold. This is the best part. This is the best part. Sorry. Yeah, my kitchen is like, this is like the best spot I've got right now, actually, in the kitchen. I don't have a better spot. I wish I did. Okay, so now you're gonna want to take this whole mess here and just pour it straight into the Jello. And it perfectly, oh my gosh, it perfectly fits it. No joke. The ingredients, I wish I can show you. It perfectly fits. See? See? See how this perfectly fits? Oh my gosh. This is a success. This is a real success. Okay, so now we're gonna get the lid, and then we're gonna put this in the refrigerator for, I say, 4 to 5 hours. And then then I'm gonna go watch some more Astronauts' Wives and try to pet my other kitties. And then we'll take this out and decorate it afterward. And yeah, let's put the lid on it and then put it in the refrigerator. Do not put this in the microwave. Okay. This is a success. Okay. So here it is, all covered up. I'm going to put it in the fridge now. Okay, it is the next day, and I'm going to get the, yeah, I know, I'm wearing the same dress. But anyway, I'm going to get the Jello mold out of the fridge, and we're going to decorate it and have some Jello mold. But we are going to pull this Jello mold out of the fridge. I was going to do it last night, but I decided that it was too dark, and the Jello mold didn't seem to set properly, like after the 4 hours. So I was like, I guess I'm just gonna leave it in for the whole night. And so let's see, hopefully it's set all the way, and yeah, let's pull out this Jello mold. Wow. So as you can see, it looks beautiful out of the mold. Let's go get the maraschino cherries and the whipped cream and go upstairs and sit down and have it for lunch, like one would do at the Woolworths. It's so pretty. Okay, so we have the okay guys, I am so excited to put the whipped cream on this Jello mold. I think it's gonna be absolutely delicious. Let's find out. Hey guys, so here's the Jello mold. It looks really good. Then we're gonna decorate it with the whipped cream. I'm just gonna put the whipped cream on. So here's the whipped cream. Okay, so I put the whipped cream on top of the Jello mold. It's not looking good, but then we're gonna put the little cherries on top, and that's looking good. This looks ridiculous, but that's okay. This looks so good. Wow. So here it is, all gussied up. Yeah, here it is all gussied up with the cherries and the whipped cream. And wow. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Okay, so here is the Jello mold. I decorated it with cherries and whipped cream, and I cannot wait to eat this. Like, seriously. Let's go eat it. This is so good. Wow. It's so decadent. This is so good. Wow. This feels like a crime. How many laws did I break? Yeah, I feel like I broke at least 300 laws eating this Jello. This is the most delicious thing. Definitely something to share. Wow. Wow. So I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. This is so good. Probably Wow, so good. Okay, bye guys.